Why did I hit that? Hang on, I'm logging us out again. So I don't know whether we're live or not. Are we?
We are live. Can you hear us, or is there coke in your headphones? Is there coke in the headphones?
Yes, I was eating my dinner earlier, Justin, and I moved these headphones, and the thing just dropped in one of the wee things. So give it a shake, and it's working all right. It's actually a wee bit sticky, but that's all right. You can work with that. So we're all right.
So we're actually really here this week. We're not away. We're not away anywhere far.
Justin's back.
Yeah. 2 weeks. It's hard to realize 2 weeks when you miss a week. Well, we didn't miss a week. We're in London. Both of us were. Thomas Jones is saying hello. Good evening to you.
Hello.
Stephen Quinn saying hello. Julie Mason is saying hello. And as you can see on screen, guys, if you want to go on the trip, and as far as I know, Patrick Mulkey, you're down to go on the trip, aren't you? You're definitely going on the trip. Your name's on the list. If your name isn't on the list, let us know. Put your name on the list. It's as simple as that. Get in contact with us. Tell us you're going, because, as usual, more people have paid than people have said they're going. I can't help that. All I can tell you is it's 9 a.m. next Saturday morning, and we will back about 6. So 9 a.m. City Hall. But tell us you're going. We need to know that you're going if you're going. All right? We need to know in advance. So I'm going to put a wee link on here, and there's a page you can add your name to as well. But that'll materialize as the evening goes ahead. And if you want to go, it's buymeacoffee.com/Irish Whisky. Become a full member, 40 quid for the year, and you can go on the trip next Saturday. Simple as that. And if you live miles away, you can't go on the trip, because the 40 quid doesn't include flights from Canada to here, unfortunately, Jordy. So you're not going to be able to go. Yes, unfortunately, Peter Stewart. Yeah, it is. Peter Stewart, your name's definitely on the list. So thanks for confirming it. I know you're on the list. There's other people whose names are down, but they haven't said they're going. But I need to know that you're going. Plus, on the day, you're going to need your COVID certificate as well with you. Your COVID cards.
That's for whenever we go over to Dunville. Everywhere you go, basically, you have to prove you've got.
And we all have the COVID card. You need the COVID card, or you need the certificate or exemption, right? But
or you can get the app that works with the app as well. The COVID cert thing that you get off the Northern Ireland government. You can work with that.
You can get it. That would work as well.
It does. Justin brought me over a wee present. Well, I actually bought it. I bought it myself, actually. And Justin had to deliver it, essentially. So I had to meet up with him today. This is Berry Brothers and Rudd, 3 St James's Street, London. Purveyors of spirits to the Queen and Prince Charles. It's just opposite St James's Palace. And this is their own independent bottling. I'll type one of these to look it over. This is their independent bottling of single malt 10-year-old.
Whoa, it looks pretty swish. Looks pretty swish. Yeah.
44.2%, sorry. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm going to open this up and have a wee drink of it, because I've been sort of looking forward to this.
There's Stacey McAllister saying, even though didn't know how many would last till tonight. There was so many at the Waterfront Hall today.
Yeah. Up at the Whisky Social. Hope you all had a good time, guys. I imagine there'll be lots of sore heads. I never got a chance of getting up either yesterday or today, but it'll be a bit of credit. But I hope you all had a nice day. I haven't heard of anybody having a bad time at it yet. So
there's Keith McCann saying the show should be good next Saturday night. Yes, the show will be good. We've got to come back and do the show. But if you're going next Saturday on the trip, you need to sign up as a full member, and you need to go to this link and add your name there as well, because it's basically it's Google Docs. Anybody can sign into it. You don't need to do anything special. But if you go to this link and add your name, we'll know that you're going. All right, it's as simple as that. All right, so add your name to that link. All right, has that link appeared yet? It has. There it is. There's a big link. All right, so if you you're reading the label. It's not like you read the label.
No, well, I think. See, anybody who doesn't know about Berry Brothers, they opened in 1698, so they've been about a while, and it was opened by a woman called Widow Burke. And
Were you at the opening, Marty?
Ha 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 ha. It's my birthday yesterday, Justin. Don't be so cheeky. Don't forget, you're much older than I am. Much older than I am. Andy, look at.
Thank you.
Anyway, no, I'm only keeping you going. No, it was opened 1698. And they sold tea and all this kind of stuff to start off with, and then eventually they moved over to just selling sort of wines and spirits. And they've got two royal warrants, and they're either building or have built. And I told you a lie earlier on because I had to check this out. In Berkshire, I thought it was 4 million bottles of wine capacity for storage. It's not. It's 14 million bottles of wine. Now, yeah, it generates its own power. You can actually pay them to store your private collection of wine. Obviously, you need to have a few quid to be able to do that. But no, they're independent bottlers are sometimes overlooked, but they are sometimes very good.
And of course, these guys are by appointment to royalty, aren't they?
Well, that's why I said they've got 2 royal warrants. You were too busy going on about next week. I'm in the present, Justin. I'm like Buddha. Right. I'm in the present. Hey, Peter Stewart's birthday yesterday.
Yes.
So is it. A great day to be born. Yeah, lovely. It's Cully malt. You can tell straight away it's Cully. Very light, appley, estery, a little bit of biscuit to it, but you can tell it's Cully.
Are you going to start thinking God didn't make them little green apples?
Why?
You said always it smells of green apples or something like that there.
It does. If it smells of green apples, it smells of green apples. No, but that's kind of Cully's signature. You know Cully. If it's just a Cully malt, you tend to get the green apples and a little bit of biscuity note to it. And Cully is brilliant at taking a cask. It just is. So it can kind of mask that signature character, but Cully in and of itself, that's kind of what its signature is, and that's very nice. That wasn't expensive. What was that? £40 or something? £40?
Something like that. I was surprised. You know.
Yeah. So no, that's nice, and it's nice. It's nice at that slightly higher ABV. So it is. Yeah.
Do they do online order? Do they? I think they do. Do they?
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah. It's a nice place. You know, just tasteful and tactfully done. So it's very, very nice. Yeah. Berry Brothers and Rudd. So
we're picking up an awful lot of new viewers this way back. There's another guy, Gregor Rosienski. Good evening to you, Gregor. And it's just a lot of new viewers coming in. And
by the way, all of that stuff excites Justin whenever he goes new viewers, and he tells me about somebody from Cambodia or somewhere that's tuned in. Justin gets really, really excited about this. You know, the whiskey's not that bothered about, to be quite honest.
I wouldn't say that because
I see
we've had some fantastic over the past couple of years.
I see Don McKeown at his dinner at 25-6 tonight. If you don't know Don is the #1 crocodile hunter in Ballymena. He saved countless lives with saving people.
Oh right, I've seen that. That's your Don McKeown. I wasn't sure whether it was Donna McKeown or not when I read that. I hit myself.
That's our Don. I know our Don, the very best. I hope he's keeping well. Yeah. Now, tonight's show, we're basically just going to talk. There's so much news, and it's probably going to be like this coming up to Christmas. There's just going to be more and more and more of this kind of stuff. So tonight is just all about the news. There's been so much happened this week that we'll just talk about that. We're not doing any interviews as such. So guys, comment away in the sidebars and tell us what you think. Now, the first up is the Irish Whisky Awards were announced on Thursday night. And there was a couple of really, really good ones, a couple of real nice surprises, some that you'd have to agree with. But we'll run through who won what. They're held down at Powers Court. And these are done by the Irish Whisky Association and various other blind tastings and so on. So we'll go through who the winner. Now, these are the overall winners. You get different categories and so on, but these are the overall winners. Best blend non-age statement, Black Barrel. I would disagree with that, but it is very nice. But I think Black Bush is better. I just do. I've stated that on numerous occasions, and that won't come as a surprise to anybody.
Right.
Okay.
Why do you disagree with that, Marty? Then,
well, but like it's obviously just personal preference. But for me, Black Bush is just quality the whole way through, and the Oloroso cask finishing of it really, you're getting a real quality at that high 70% malt. I mean, how can you beat that for the price of it? 25 quid a bottle. It's superb. And Black Barrel is very, very nice. It's just I prefer Black Bush. It's just a personal choice. Best blend age statement. Jameson Bow Street 18-year-old, fabulous whiskey. Really, really, really top class. Worth getting your hands on if you have, and I probably wouldn't disagree with that. Age statement blends in Ireland aren't that common, other than there's a couple of them, but that's a fantastic drink. Best blend limited edition, Writer's Tears. This is the ice wine cask finish. It's worth getting your hands on. I keep telling people this, keep saying to people, Writer's Tears is a bit of an underappreciated gem. Anyone who knows about it raves about it. It's a superb whiskey. It really, really is. And
there's Thomas Jones agreeing with you. Yeah. Black Bush can hold its own against any Irish whiskey, including malts. Yeah.
I can't argue with that in any way, shape, or form, because the quality of the stuff that you're getting from it is fantastic. But Writer's Tears, well worth it. If you haven't tried Writer's Tears, try and get a hunt down and get a bottle of it. Of any of the range, the Copper Pot, the Redhead, the limited edition, the annual release Cask Strength ones, going to become much more collectible. Keep saying that as well, but definitely worth hunting down and getting your hands on a bottle of Writer's Tears. Best pot still under 11 years of age. I'm not sure why they have this. It's a bit of an arbitrary. One's 11 years, and then later on, it's best pot still 12 years and over, and then I don't know. That is what it is. Anyway, best pot still under 11-year-old. Method of Madness French Chestnut. I have a bottle of it in there somewhere, and it's very good. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. You were a bit concerned about the French Chestnut at first, were you?
Oh, well, probably
am I thinking back? Yeah,
it's a different type of wood. So I don't know. It's been released. It's been out for a considerable period of time. I see Tony.
Tony Sillett is saying Jameson 18-year-old Bow Street blended whiskey, 181 quid. Ouch.
It ain't cheap. It really isn't. It is fantastic, but yeah, it is expensive. But I mean, I had this conversation.
That's that one. Yeah.
I was down in Dublin for a different award ceremony during the week, and I had a conversation with a couple of different people who, well, one in particular was quite vociferous about the price of Irish whiskey getting, and I can't help but agree with him that some of the price of it is just a bit too pricey. That's just the long and short of it. Limited edition stuff, people are collecting it, so it's really fair enough to get what they want. But some of the new blends coming out, the sort of entry level, are considerably higher priced than established ones, and I know that's because of sourcing and so on. But that will not carry on for much longer. It's not really sustainable. Waterford, for example, the stuff, I've said it before, I think some of the stuff they do is superb, but it's 70 quid a bottle, and it's a 4-year-old whiskey. It's not. It's a bit of a strange fish altogether, but there's lots of this, and This 10-year-old Killy, excellent stuff, 44.2%, £40.
Something's got to give somewhere at some point.
Well, it's once there's more liquid, I think the price will start to come down. But it just is Irish whiskey. It's not big enough to be able to do this. It's okay at the minute because people are collecting lots of stuff and quite prepared to stump up to have it in a collection. But long term, it's not a healthy position to be going forward with, you know. But that's. But one guy I was talking to was quite vociferous about all of this, and he wasn't overly impressed at what's going on.
There's Connor saying he says the Enniskillen is very good, but he also says wait for Irish whiskey auctions and you'll pick up Waterford for £15 under RRP.
I remember when they brought out the first Waterford editions, and I went on to a whiskey auction here at the time, and I remember seeing there was something like 180 bottles of Waterford for sale. It was just ridiculous.
We still haven't gotten to the bottom of why Irish whiskey is so expensive in comparison to Scottish stuff, have we?
It's because there's not enough of it. There's limited supply and high demand. So there you go. And there's loads of people bringing out new expressions, and they're sourcing it. So what they're doing is, the likes of our friends at Kinsale, the Red Earl and stuff. They've brought out a brand. They now have the three, the sort of Great Earl series, I think, as they call it. And they're having to source that. So they're buying in the stock, and there's not that much of it being produced. Even now, there's not huge amounts. So if you go to the States, allegedly, there's dozens of different brands, and they're pretty much all sourced. So the price of it just bumps up. You know?
Yeah. We've got a lot to get through tonight. There's lots more winners in the awards. Yeah.
So next up, best single grain, Teeling, 13-year-old. Teeling grain whiskey is sometimes a little bit of a forgotten category. Worth trying out, especially the Teeling single grain is very, very, very good. There's a couple other ones that are about that I don't rate just as highly, but try the Teeling. Best pot still 12 years and over. John's Lane, very nice. Still don't like the bottle. Still just don't like it. John's Lane is very nice, very, very nice. I'd like to see it being challenged in other pot stills by other pot stills. I think that category going forward in a few years' time will be a very hotly contested one. The pot still, obviously, it's going to take a period of time to get there, but the more pot still coming out, the more different expressions that will widen it up and open it up. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. Best single malt, 11 years and under. Irishman Masala cask. I know, again, another one that a lot of people, it's quite quiet. Not huge amounts of people talk about it. It's always good. It's always good. I have a bottle of the Caribbean cask finish, Founders Reserve. Really, really pleasant. Really nice whiskey. Best single malt 12 to 15. This is surprising. Gelston's 15-year-old sherry cask finish. There's a hell of a lot to like about what Gelston's doing. They have a very nice range out there already, and all of it's quite reasonably priced. Their pot still's reasonably priced. They have, they've a 5-year-old. It's. I like what they're doing there. I like the bottles too. I like the shape and style of the bottles. It's really quite pleasant. But that would be kind of a surprise there, if I'm honest, that they get a nod. And then best single malt, 17 years and over. Irishman again, 17-year-old. Now that's 3 that the Walsh Distillery have won. Writers' Tears and Irishman, that's 3 overall category winners that they have. So you have to say congratulations to them.
That's good going, because it's pretty hotly contended. Most of these categories, aren't they?
Well, everybody wants to win these. They're kind of the industry, Irish Whisky Association and stuff. I know awards are awards, and lots of people are a bit dismissive of some, certainly of some of them. We know some of the antics that goes on at some of the award categories, but these are not. They're done by people in the industry judging it, and people like having them. It's just
Is that like awards when you go to them and they're all kissy lovey with the person that mysteriously wins it on the night? Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. It. The one that I was at, we sort of threatened the guy that won it. I was nominated, didn't win, surprise. But me and a couple of the other winners were kind of threatening that we're going to have a dance off. Was one of the things we said before it. It was quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, best single cask was the Celtic Cask 35. Now, we'll get to that in a wee minute. Skip on, and the best cask strength, unsurprisingly, goes to Dunville's. That was the 1710 bottling. I left it one later on, and it's the one I have is the 1327 here. Of the other ones up there, but they're fabulous. They're amazing. Well, me and you's going to sample one later on. This is one I thought was a fantastic winner, and I'm really, really pleased for this. Best new Irish whiskey, and it's that new that it's not released yet, but I have tasted it, and it's Short Cross. Now, it hasn't been released. It will be coming very quickly, I am led to believe. Now, to get a bottle of this when it comes out, there's only going to be 700 bottles of it, and This is, it's going by the website, it says it's the first new whiskey to be released in Northern Ireland in 100 years. Now, it's almost 7 years old. It's not quite 7 years old. You have to go to the reserve list. You have to go on to the website and register, because it's going to be, this will be extremely collectible. Okay, first release. It's already it's an award-winning first release whiskey. Now, you have to go to Radaman Estate distilleryshop.com and register. And Justin's doing it right now, I can see. But like this, there's no price for it. I don't know what the price of it will be, but it will be expensive, I would have thought, probably, and rightly so. Because they may as well profit from it rather than the flippers. I don't think it'll be hundreds and hundreds and silly pounds, but it'll probably be quite expensive enough. But yeah, it'll be one to have, and as a category, people are always wanting to say, this is the new stuff coming out, pat on the back, well done. But David and Fiona, good on them, because they're nice people doing good things, and what's not to like. Now, have you registered, Justin?
I'm just getting my name in before I put it on screen for everybody else.
You just have to join the list.
How many names can you use? How many names could you use? It only took me 5 goes today to confirm my identity at the post office, but there you go.
Yeah. You should have took the disguise off. Anyway, no.
I had a mask on.
This, the overall winner is, anyone that doesn't know, the Celtic Whisky Cask number 35. Now, I checked yesterday. No, that's Titanic Pump House, Justin. You have to go back.
Is that coming up now?
Aye, because you went forward instead of back.
Got to go back. Yeah.
Back again. There you go.
That one.
That's the overall winner. That's the best Irish whiskey. It was available up to yesterday, and then disappeared. It's all sold out. Surprise, surprise. It was €175 a bottle. So there you go. Overall, best whiskey in Ireland. Never got myself a bottle. It was there yesterday, but I'm reining in my spending a bit because I have to. Yeah. So yeah, all sold out, all gone. But that's the best whiskey in Ireland this year. That's the awards. So round of applause to all the winners. Congratulations to everybody. Yeah, good on them. Good on them.
There's Barry O'Connor. He's joined us tonight. He's saying Pars Court put on a great show. Head still isn't right, but well worth it. Yes,
no.
Barry.
No, I was out last night for my birthday, and I had a few drinks. Had a nice lie in this morning, pulling out for a period, and then had to go and do a couple of things. But anyway, so why's my hang on? What's that thing on the top of my head? Oh, that's a bit better.
It's moved.
Right,
It's moved.
it's moved again. Right, so that's the Whisky Awards. Diddle-oo-doo, congratulations everybody that won. Good on you all, and keep up the good work. Now, new whiskey distillery for Belfast.
Hold on. You didn't let me play the theme tune this week.
I know, I didn't. I know. Right, go on ahead, fire away.
I have it. Where do you move this? Where do you move that there? I'm going to play it.
We're slick this week.
There we go.
Aye. It always cuts out at the end for me. It plays the thing and then it sort of stops and I can't hear it. So that's why, in case anybody thinks I'm dyslexic at dancing or something, I can't move. But no, I never. Anyway, now new distillery for Belfast. It's probably not a big secret to anybody. Titanic, Dog and Pump House. They have put in their planning proposal, and it is apparently it's going to be accepted. So let's try. It's going to be accepted and put through. There is anyone who's never been down there. It's a fantastic space. Basically, they built Titanic, they launched it, took it down, and then brought it into this place. This is the actual last resting place, if you like, of Titanic. It's actually sat on those blocks and then wooden props put up. It was built specifically for the White Star.
So is Seacat Scotland, but it's sealed and you can't get in there anymore.
No, it's all sealed up now. They spent £2 million or something building that gate at the far end of it. But it's a fabulous space. Now it's been taken over by Titanic Distillers, owned by Peter Lavery, who won the lottery a few years back. This is all the original stuff in it, and this is where the distillery is going, as far as I'm aware.
Be some place looking down on stills from that height, won't it?
I just have a feeling the whole thing's going to be a superb endeavour. It's a great location. You have Titanic Belfast, the Titanic Belfast Hotel. On down you have the Titanic Studios where Game of Thrones was filmed, and then basically that just in behind. Now HMS Caroline's still there. So the whole place is being turned into really a nice touristy place. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice, and it should be good. I do love the hashtag. Yeah, there's Titanic. That's it in where that in that space. So yeah, this will be a really, really nice. You can buy their whiskey. They have it released. It's £32 a bottle or something. It's quite reasonably priced. Somewhere around that. It's about £34, something like that. Yeah, it'd be excellent.
Tell them your Titanic whiskey story about the baker.
Oh, this is a true story, genuinely true story. A man called Charles Joachim, and I think he was of French origin, but he was actually born in Birkenhead in Liverpool, and he was a baker on board Titanic. And he was actually in charge of one of the lifeboats, and he realised that there wasn't enough lifeboats for everybody. So he decided he wasn't getting on it. He was going to go down with the ship. Now, mothers wouldn't leave their husbands, so there's stories of him ripping the children out of the mother's arms and throwing them onto the boat. So the mothers had to choose between the son and the husband, and they jumped on. So he saved all these lives. But in the meantime, he was just busy necking away at Irish whiskey. So he just ended up, he was pissed as a fart whenever he went into the water. But he was shrewd enough, dude. He was the very last guy, apparently, to go into the water. He climbed up to the back of the boat. And whenever it went in, he was the last guy. Now, he was apparently plastered, but he bobbed about in the North Atlantic for 3 hours the Carpathia picked him up, and 3 days later he was back at his work. See, brilliant. See, if can do anything. Whisky does everything, Justin.
He didn't feel the effects of the cold around because he was that
No. Bobbing about round. Yeah, it was a great story. Great story. Yeah. What are you going to say?
Where are we heading next after Titanic then?
Well, another distillery. This was announced, and they've announced this before, but Jelsons have announced that they're building their distillery, and that'll be Titanic, McConnell's, Jelsons. Is there any more going into Belfast? I can't remember just off the top of my head. But anyway, newspaper report said that Sam Neill, whose great granddad or whatever it was, actually owned the Jelsons name. His name was Harry Neill. He's also a cousin of the current owner of the brand, Johnny Neill. Now, Sam Neill was born in Omagh. A lot of people don't know that he's actually from this part of the world. He was born here. He moved over. Now, if you've ever watched Peaky Blinders, he's in Peaky Blinders where he plays an Ulster Protestant copper, and he talks like this. So he does. It's the worst. It's almost Tom Cruise in doing his Irish accent. What was that? Far and Away. It's a bloody awful accent, but he's actually from here. He's born not too far away from here. So he owns a vineyard called Two Paddocks. So Jelsons have announced that they're going to age their spirit in his wine casks, keeping the family tradition, keeping the family connection and all that kind of stuff. So I think they've announced this maybe before, but it gets them in the press and they're quite happy to do this. And all publicity, you know that.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've never seen the show Peaky Blinders, watch it. And his accent's awful in it, even though he is from here.
I don't watch shows like that because they're KRAP.
Peaky Blinders is all right.
It's SHIT.
How do you know if you never watched it? How do you know?
Don't need to watch it to know it's naff.
It's not. It's actually a good show. Yeah, but it's funny watching him doing his awful accent. He sounds like a very stilted Ian Paisley, who, yeah,
never.
No, that is not the way I would talk if I was from this part of the world. It's like that. Anyway, now I mentioned about Walsh Distillery winning 3 awards. Now just pull that up onto full screen for us, Justin. Yeah, they've been bought over. The Amber Beverage Group, who apparently, according to them, have 100 different brands and hang on, they have 100 different brands and they distribute 1,300 to basically every country in the world. By going by what they say, pretty much. I'd say North Korea is maybe a bit out of the way, but yeah, they distribute all over the world. So they've actually bought over the Walsh Distillery. So Irishman, Writer's Tears, yeah, good on them. Fair play.
Did they know they were going to do so well at the awards, and that's why it was bought over?
No, I wouldn't have thought they did, but I would imagine it's an undisclosed amount of money, but they're winning all those awards probably.
It's pretty good going in 22 years. 22 years since founding it and turning it around and selling it on. I mean, it's that's some reach.
No, they've done an amazing, fantastic thing. And I mean, well, award winning, and now took over by big multinational group that sends all over the world. So again, better distribution, send it all over.
Good.
So anyway, now new releases. Now this is an interesting one. Roe & Co. For anyone who's not familiar with the story of Roe & Co, they're owned by Diageo, and they the Roe & Co used to be a massive distillery. Now they were big rivals of Guinness, which kind of tells you all you need to know. Guinness, they did up St Patrick's Cathedral down in Dublin, and Rowan Co did up Christchurch. There was that's the sort of level of rivalry that they were at. Massive brand, disappeared totally, rejuvenated and taken over by Diageo. Now Diageo at one point owned Bushmills, probably all fairly familiar with. So this is Bushmills Spirit that they have basically set over. They probably sourced some stuff as well, but they'll have lots of Bushmills Spirit that they have. Now they're bringing out annual releases, and this is the third one that they've brought out. It's the Rowan Co Cask Strength 21. Now, this is a single grain, 13-year-old single grain, finished in alligator char casks. So you're not sure what alligator char is. It's a very, very deep char, so it looks like alligator skin. So it's finished in that. And George Harper, the master blender, said, we want to showcase the grain, which is the backbone of our 106 blend. There's a whole story that you can go onto the website and find all that for yourself. But it's interesting that they're bringing out annual Cask Strength releases, which we know are highly collectible, or they certainly will be collectible. That's the kind of thing people like to get. But they're not keeping them the same. They're bringing out Cask Strength Blend, they were bringing out Cask Strength Single Malt, they're bringing out Cask Strength Single Grain. And going forward, this is probably going to be something totally different and moving on and on and on. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting what they're doing. Again, these are fairly reasonably priced because obviously it's Diageo. They've got more money than Man City. So yeah, it's still I think 70 euros. Cask Strength Irish these days. That's fairly cheap. So yeah, worth having a look at. And yeah, get a look at that.
It's good. There's so much news this week. Remember to comment, like, and share. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. It doesn't cost anything. Click us in on LinkedIn as well. You can also watch a repeat on Instagram as well tomorrow. And catch us if you asked a smart speaker to play Irish Whiskey Review. You'll hear a sort of version of the show on there as well. Obviously, it's not visual, so we can't do the visual stuff. But
no.
Other big news this week.
Well, this is big news. Now, it didn't come as a huge surprise. Bushmills have announced that Alex Thomas is taking over the position vacated by Helen Mulholland and becoming the master blender at Bushmills. Now, I just noticed that's a very healthy pour from Alex there. A party at her house might not last that terribly long. But yeah, she's probably best known for bringing out the Sexton, which a lot of people really love and rave about. I think it's very good. My favourite thing about it's the bottle. I think the bottle's superb. It's beautiful. Yeah, so she has finally taken over. Now, she joined back in 2004. And it's obviously had huge success with the Sexton. We talked about it a few weeks ago, how it has become the whiskey for what do you call what's that zombie show?
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, couldn't mind that. So I mean, it's huge. It's become really, really, really big time. And so she's taken up that role. No word on what's happened to Helen or where she's going. But wherever she is, I'm sure she'll have mountains of success. The lady's reputation is enormous. So good luck to Alex. I think she's probably the right woman for the job. Nice to see. She's actually from Ballymoney. So she's from local girl, worked there for a long time. Bushmills is like that. There's pretty much everybody that works on it. There's only about 3 families that work in the whole place. That's kind of the way it is. So yeah. Why do you keep putting that over my face? Are you trying to tell me something?
I don't put it over your face. It's when the picture moves, it stays in the one place. I thought you didn't want to know about technical stuff. That's an overlay.
Tell me when he stops talking about technical stuff. Oh, God, pours me tears.
It's to remind people, if you're going on the trip next week, you need to let us know. You need to let us know, because there's like 21 supporters, but not that many are going on the trip.
No.
There's still a few spaces left, so let us know. Let us know.
So
you need to
if you are interested, let us know. So yes, now, So as I say, good luck to Alex, and I hope everything goes well for her. Now,
Sean McClanahan asking, what's on your jumper?
What's on my jumper? This is the puppy, because tomorrow's Remembrance Sunday. This is the Irish puppy. This is the one to remember Irish soldiers who served. You get them from the Royal British Legion in Dublin.
Yeah.
So I get them.
Basically numbers 36, 16, and 10, but they were in lots of other regiments as well.
Oh,
and they were in the Navy and the Air Force too, really. So
loads of people from Ireland have served and continue to serve in the British Army. And to be honest, most people don't know the puppy wasn't actually a British invention. It was invented by an American lady. That's who invented it.
It's not the same Hague as Hague Club, is it? Is it the same Hague as Hague Club? Is it? I think it is. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny coincidence. We're doing that next.
It used to be the Hague Fund. We're not actually doing that next. Stop you jumping forward.
All right.
How do you not know the running order? We talked about it for like 2 minutes before we went on there.
I don't know. I just know it's sitting here and I haven't used it. I haven't hit play on it yet. You see.
That's an Irish puppy. So, yeah. Now, next up, Jameson 21. Jameson's releasing the limited edition bottling. Now, you have to get this. You have to enter a ballot, because again, this will be highly collectible. Loads of people will want this. It's open until the 17th of November. Now, it's a sort of strange way of entering the ballot. You go onto the website, and this is why they've done this is unreal. I don't know. You put in your name, email address, age, and then you have to scroll through a list of phone numbers, area codes. And it goes on and 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 on. Oh, there we go. Down it. Right. Finally, you find which one it is, and you click it on. Okay. You then put in your phone number. They send you a text message, and then you have to reply to it, and that's you. You're elected. Now, it's a bit of a strange one, because as far as I'm aware, they only ship. Now, there's how many telephone codes is there, Justin? 50, 100?
I think there was every country in the world the system was using there. There was, yeah.
But as far as I'm aware, they only ship to Ireland, UK, Australia, South Africa, Switzerland, Singapore, China, New Zealand, and Japan. So why are all the other numbers there? Now, I don't know. It's bizarre.
They probably use it for marketing, because if they get loads of numbers from a country they don't ship whiskey to, they realise that they need to get a distributor there. That's maybe why they do that.
Well, why do they have to do that? Why do they not just let you put in the phone number? I mean, this is not rocket science. Why do they try and make things hard? Anyway, all of that annoys me. You probably like all that because it's all technical and shit. Anyway.
I don't. I think it's bad. It was quite convoluted and quite hard to do, to be honest.
It was just stupid. Anyway, that's what happens. Now, these are going to be numbered bottles, and there is 2,301 bottles of it. So, Jameson, easily the biggest selling Irish whiskey, probably sells as much as everybody else combined. So, huge amount of brand recognition. This will be collectible. Okay. Now, I'll tell you what it is. It's a blend of single pot still and single grains. That's what it says. Ex-bourbon and Oloroso seasoned casks are then blended, recast into freshly emptied ex-bourbon barrels for 3 years, then married with pot still, which was fully matured in 21-year-old first fill Oloroso seasoned wine casks. So, lots and lots and lots of complexity going into that. But it'll be an interesting thing to have to taste. But it's €310 a bottle. So yeah, vast majority of this will be collected. Not too many of those bottles ever opened.
There's Peter Stewart. He knows how to circumvent these things. He says, they said GB, not the UK, so I used my daughter's address in Dublin. You're no goat's toe, Peter. You're no goat's toe, yes.
But the whole thing is just confusing. It was just bizarre the way it was done. Anyway, but if you get registered, you get registered. So, yeah, it'll be massively collectible and a bit of a rarity. So it's only 2,300 bottles. There's people on here wishing me happy birthday for yesterday. Thanks very much, Nigel. Thanks very much, Michael. Hope Michael's enjoying a beverage or two tonight. He normally does. I haven't seen you for a long time. So thanks very much, guys. Much appreciate it.
Yes, James Doherty's been on. He says, evening, just tidying up at the Whisky Social. Yes, we'll see you next week. And Peter's going to be there as well, as far as I know. Peter, you're definitely going next week. Yes, you are.
We come down and see you, James. Hopefully, the last couple of weeks must have been very, very, very busy for that man. Must have been very, very, very busy. So, yeah, good man he is. We'll see him next week.
A few more stories to get through tonight, believe it or not.
Well, this is the other one, okay? This is another one. You mentioned Haig, okay? I do like the bottle. I have to say, I do like the bottle. It's quite nice design. And you know something? You see the ordinary Haig at like 16 quid or something? It's all right. It's not really for the likes of myself, but it's drinkable enough, especially on a warm day because it's quite light and very fruity or vanilla. But yeah, it's David Beckham has designed. David Beckham's involved in all of this, and
it's a license to print money.
Yeah. So Club Haig, he's designed this new bottle for Christmas. Now, they would have you believe there's a wee video to go along with that.
I'm sorry, is there actually a bobbly Christmas tree in that? Hold on to make it bigger.
Yes. And we can't look. We can't see.
Can I cover it up? I'm going to cover it up. That's terrible. I'll cover it up. No, I won't do that. They'll complain. Actually, I quite like the bottle. I quite like that.
Yeah, the bottle's all right. I like the bottle. It's kind of stylish. It's a bit nice. But now there's a little video to try and explain how David designed this, and if you believe this, you would believe anything.
Okay, here we go. It's only 10 seconds long, this one. Let us know what you think. There you go. So we'll give it another whirl, shall we?
Aye, I think there's a longer version of it on some other platform somewhere that shows you him kicking a ball. What a load of balls. basically they're trying to make you believe that David kicked the ball at the canvas and he magically created that stupid Christmassy decoration on the side of the ball. Now
hold on a minute here. Allegedly, what if he actually did do it, Marty? We'll be in deep doo-doo. Give your address. Give your address.
Oh no, don't. Justin's over there. Send it to Justin. No, honestly, what a load of crap. It's yeah. Now, Claire was saying that pre 2000s, the Haig was a decent enough drinker. Yeah, it was. And then they get this sort of revamp and David Beckham on board and all of this, and it's appealing to a certain demographic. But this is the only one I have up here. I bought it to try it. See, one of these flavoured whiskey stuff. It's really not nice. You would like that. You would drink that.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
But
we're getting asked to watch the rugby tonight. We watched.
Congratulations, Ireland beat the All Blacks 29-20. Yeah, I didn't see it all. I caught a few bits of it and stuff. But Ireland beating the All Blacks. Good on them.
I know, which was I think only the third time ever or something like that. Was it something like that?
I think so.
Something like that. Listen, Dicey Rayleigh's joined the show tonight. He's saying, you will have a great day over in Ardara, Nick Sarri, James and Moya, our fabulous hosts. Enjoy. Yes, if you want to go, buymeacoffee.com, Irish Whiskey. Become a full member. Let us know. There's a few spaces left. Let us know if you're going. You can't just turn up because you need to know that you know where we're meeting. 9 o'clock City Hall, 9 a.m. City Hall.
Very limited places by now.
Very limited places, and you need your little COVID card or equivalent. Okay, so you can have your COVID card, you can have your exemption certificate. We'll have a lateral flow test there just in case, but it's just so everybody knows. And the bus isn't going to be filled to capacity. That's why we need to know numbers. All right, so that's basically it. So I think there's quite a lot of people down saying they wanted to go, but not that many people of that number have said that they're going to go. So I don't want to end up.
Justin has been on about this all day. He's been.
I don't want to be sitting on the roof like in India. I don't want to be sitting on the roof.
Now, our sponsors last week, Dunville's, sent me and Justin out a couple of little samples. So, what one do you want to try, Justin?
They're both good, but I can tell the difference. Unfortunately, this is getting bad. You're gonna need to find a new Patsy that knows nothing about it. I can tell the difference between the Madeira and the sherry.
Yeah. Right.
Now, anybody that says Madeira wine's same as sherry wine.
No, it's not.
It's not.
I'm
getting good at this. I could get a job at Barry and Rudd.
Oh, I forgot. There's a couple of jobs up for grabs. There's one down in Waterford actually, which would be right up some people's street. It's a placement to learn to be a distiller. They want some sort of academic achievement, or they want some equivalent. So if anyone who, I know there's a lot of people, a bit like myself, that did the sort of general certificate in distilling last year, just because the time to do it. Waterford are offering a placement, so go onto their website and have a look. I think it's on their website, or it might be on one of the job things. So if you're interested in becoming a proper distiller, go and have a look, because I know that'll be right up some people's street. Right.
What one are you doing first? The red one, which is the sherry.
Oloroso sherry and the Madeira wine. The good folk over at Dunville, we do love you guys. Thanks very much. Oh, yeah.
Jesus, so I can tell the difference. I must be learning some. No matter how hard I try not to learn, I'm learning.
Well, the Madeira's just got much deeper fruit on it. It just is. It's just well. Honestly, the Dunville single cask are just fantastic. Just fantastic. I'm not even going to taste them at that because I've tried them before. Retouch of water. They both will give them a few minutes. As I say, these are the single casks. So that the Madeira one's 53.2%, 19 years old. Cask number 1636. The Oloroso one is 18 years old, 55%, cask 989. If anyone's wanting to get someone a Christmas present, these sell out really quick, but you pick them up at auction for pretty much retail price, and they are just amazing. Oh, yeah. So the Madeira cask one was for the Celtic Whisky shop there in Dublin. The Oloroso is just that bit sweeter. That wee candy cane sweetness to it. There's the candy floss sweetness to that. It's a little bit oversweet for me.
No,
the Oloroso, the Madeira one's just sublime. Oh my god, that's beautiful. And the thing with that is, that'll sit there and just sit and it just gets better and better sitting in the glass. It's just fabulous stuff. Really, really, really nice. So yeah, Dunville single cask. But I want a gold medal for very, very, very good reasons. You know, what do you think of those?
I think my favourite's the sherry. I think it's the favourite out of the three of them, to be honest.
The thing is, you have a sweet tooth and I don't, and that's where that comes in.
Yeah.
And that Oloroso sherry, it's fabulous, but it's just that little bit sweeter that just kind of pushes it a little bit too sweet for me. Gorgeous.
It's
Gorgeous
bad.
stuff.
I don't even need Coke with them. That's the trouble.
You see, if you put Coke in them, I'm not joking, I will go around and stick that spoon up your nose. I swear to God. Anybody that would take Coke with that needs shot. Heathens. But no.
You should, as long as you're enjoying it, but they're good. They are.
I know.
Good. They are seriously good.
Yeah. No, but same as always, enjoy your whiskey whatever way you want to drink it yourselves. But if you're going to,
I was going to give my cousin some, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to take the rest of it myself. He's probably watching and saying, "I would have drunk that this week."
I have to just say, there's a couple of people that were on my last tour. I've logged in from the States. I had a great tour. I think I told you the story. Was it last 2 weeks ago? About the two old girls that were on the thing. And one of them
I'd never been before.
One of them had never been. The other one was one was 84, one was 83. And the 83-year-old, I near wet myself laughing whenever she told me about her second husband. I got in contact with her, and he was wanting to have a talk with me, but she thought he was only after a booty call. Her 83. Oh, they're funny. They're funny. Brilliant. That's what it was.
Oh boy.
Aye. Now, I see Seamus is saying, you put you want in it and enjoy it your way. You're right, Justin. You perfectly correct, Seamus. The problem is, if you're going to put Coke in something, no point.
I might as well just have that boxer stuff. What's his name?
Yeah,
the fist fighter,
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor, yeah.
And he's proper down or proper 12. Sorry. No,
he's got a lovely motor yacht, by the way. I was watching it.
He's plenty of money. Good on him. Good on him. I hope he enjoys it. I hope he has a nice life with it. It's just his whiskey. I don't like his whiskey. No. So, other thing. Don't forget Christmas cards. The Christmas cards I have up for sale if you're wanting those. Go on to eBay. Irish Whiskey Christmas cards. I don't have any down here, by the way. If you're looking at those. Now, I'd be bringing down some of them for people if they want to buy them on the trip on Saturday. So I'll bring some down.
You might have a wee surprise for people on the trip as well.
We'll put it like this. If anyone's going to come down with us, I might bring down a couple of wee bottles of stuff that we have here, and we might get a wee nip and have a wee... Make
sure you have a cooked breakfast before you go, or maybe we might stop on the way. I know no good place in the motorway. It takes about 3 hours to get there, doesn't it?
Yes, Justin knows plenty of places to eat. Yeah, we'll try and have a
hey, you weren't complaining when we went to the Duck and Waffle and you had pig's ears?
Oh, they were.
He had pig's ears. He made a pig's ear of himself.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, half of my pig's ears.
I know, I did eat half your pig's ears. They were absolutely divine. They were divine.
Oh, they were lovely.
If we were in the 40th floor, I stepped into this elevator, turned around, and we were like, yeah, it was rather unsteady. It was fabulous. We're in the Duck and Waffle. We've seen a couple of shows as well. It was fabulous, Fabulous.
Oh yeah, great time in London.
And we do have a special at the Bimber Distillery coming up as well.
We have a special from Bimber. We also have a very exciting thing, an experiment. Which people can enjoy. Now, if you want to take part in this experiment, get yourselves on and buy yourselves a bottle of Black Bottle. Okay, Black Bottle Island Smoke. Okay, it's about 22 quid a bottle or something. It's a wee blend, palatable enough. It's an Islay blend, but we have an experiment to do with these, and we've a couple of interviews and stuff coming up. So yeah, Black Bottle. And we'll explain. All will be revealed in the forthcoming weeks.
Okay. Thanks for watching this week. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure you comment, like, and share. Make sure you get in touch with us. It doesn't matter how. We're very easy to get in touch with because we're on all social media platforms. You ping me, you ping Marty, you ping any of us. We'll both read the messages, and we will be able to tell you if your name's on the list. Put your name on the list for next week. 9 a.m. We're leaving City Hall. We need to know you're going before you turn up on the day, okay? A lot of people
I had a girl last week during the week said to me, I tried to get the hold of you, and I have no idea how to get the hold of you. I said, I'm sure I'm all over the place. I'm in all the things. All you have to do is send me an email. Oh, but I couldn't get an email. Text message, mobile phone number's not hard to get the hold of. But no. So if anybody has any trouble getting the hold of me, yeah.
I know. Well, listen. Yeah. We'll be back in time to next week to do a show. I don't know what the show will be about next week because I don't know what we're doing from week to week. We don't have a team of girls with clipboards like the BBC working away in the background. Yeah. Yes, she's giving me the countdown. Yes, it's just doing the wrap up thing there. It's wrap up time. Yes.
Yeah, basically, none of the two of us know what's going to be on the show until about an hour before we go on the show. That's essentially how it works out.
No, it isn't. You know it isn't. It's too well organized. Listen, Mark Bingham, I sent you a wee text there. I think you were one of the names on the list. Seamus Tobin as well. Patrick Mulkey, I think your name is on the list. Jory Burke, your name would be on the list, but you're in Prince Edward Island. Mark Kerr, your name's on the list. Keith Smith, you may be one of the ones I've been trying to get in contact with. Sean McClanahan, you're actually William's nephew or something like that. I think he is going. Yes, but put your name on the list, for goodness sake. Thank you, and good night, everyone.
All right, guys, take care.